We're back here at the NRA National Firearms Museum. I'm here with Doug Wicklund, Senior Curator. And Doug, thank you for taking time out from your busy day to share with us some wonderful firearms with wonderful history and stories. This museum is chock full of that. What, sir, do you have for us today for Curator's Corner?
Well, let's move to the Wild West. And what we've got is a Burgess folding gun, a 12-gauge shotgun, but it's a shotgun like no other. In fact, in the catalog the Burgess company put out, they described this as a semi-automatic, even though it was actually a pump action. Now, what's kind of neat with this one, you can open it up just like that. Kind of good, but let's go for a little bit more. How about if we fold this gun in half, just like that? Isn't that the neatest thing you ever saw?
That is pretty cool.
Now, imagine you're Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay, I like that.
And being Theodore Roosevelt, let's pick a time in your career when you're in charge of a police department, like New York City.
Okay.
Suddenly a man walks in. He's got something under his coat. In fact, he can have it just about like that. Very, very easily concealed. Suddenly he brings it out, whips it into position, and fires 7 shots into the roof of your office. What do? You're Theodore Roosevelt. You ask, what gun is that? Theodore Roosevelt wound up buying thousands of these for Sing Sing prison. He thought they were the perfect prison gun. Just an amazing gun, the Burgess folding gun.
Wow, so the Theodore Roosevelt story always amazes me. Show us again the action and explain how that works.
Okay. Basically, it has a tubular magazine underneath the barrel.
Right.
Works like any other modern slide action gun. But what's kind of neat is that the operation on this one, you can basically pull it back like that, opens up very easy.
Right.
Now, to fold it, you just pull up on this, slide this, just like that.
Wow.
Just an amazingly easy gun to operate. And it's a gun, you can see, you can put your cartridges in like that. Just one of the neatest slide action guns of the West, the Burgess folding gun. Made by Andrew Burgess, a man who had 600 patents before he hit 1881. Pretty good for a guy that started off as a photographer in the American Civil War.
Wow. So what year was this developed approximately, or around?
This is around the 1880s time period.
Okay.
But around 1900, this was still one of the best.
Well, yeah. It's a very forward-thinking
Absolutely.
weapon there.
Imagine such a compact gun like this. You could put it into a backpack, into a suitcase. It's the kind of folding gun that today you'd have to look at something like the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. But again, a very, very interesting design, and one that was used by Western figures like Pat Garrett. It's said that he had one of these on his wagon the day he was killed. Just an amazing gun.
So it started out in the West and something they could put in their saddlebag or whatever, but it made its way through to when Theodore. Now, around what year was that?
Well, what's kind of neat is that this is a gun that was made in Buffalo, New York, so that Roosevelt connections early on. But these were popular in the West. You could buy one of these in Texas, in Arkansas, in Oklahoma, all the way out into New Mexico. This was the kind of gun, if you were a Wells Fargo agent, what you needed.
And you said Mr. Burgess had over 600 patents.
600 patents, this folding gun, just one of them.
And we talked, Doug, a lot of times in Curator's Corner about the impact that firearms industry has had and so many other industries in the United States, either from it bringing in certain types of manufacturing and patents and the way things are. I mean, the guys who have developed and manufactured firearms like this have added so much to the industrial part of this country as well.
It's amazing the history, the technology that you see represented in this. The man behind this gun was no slouch either. During the American Civil War, he was a photographer, and it's been said that he was the man that captured the picture of Abraham Lincoln that you see on our currency today. That was just one of the things that Andrew Burgess did.
Wow, it's amazing. And the technology is so good back for the time. We have firearms that basically some haven't been changed for hundreds of years, slight updates and stuff because they work so well.
This is a gun that I think today, if we were to produce a modern reproduction of the Burgess folding gun, I think there'd be a lot of cowboy action shooters, a lot of folks that like dressing up like perhaps a desperado or a Western Marshal. This might be just the gun for you.
Or Garden Sing Sing prison, perhaps.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much. Another wonderful story and another wonderful firearm here. How can people get more information about the National Firearms Museum?
Well, you can call into area code 703-267-1600, or if you'd like, come to the museum website at www.nramuseum.com. Well worth it. If you want to come on foot, just come to Fairfax, Virginia. You'll see the big blue building next to Interstate 66.
Doug, thank you so much for another great installment of the Curator's Corner.
Thank you.